Alright, yeah, we are back in Noosa, which is pretty much second home for the family and I. And as you can see, it's pretty nice. Winter is looking rosy, and we managed to have timed it to perfection, I believe. I raced Ironman Cairns just on 2 weeks ago now, and have been taking a little bit of time off since then. And it's pretty much 3 months out to Kona now. So yeah, as of next week, the build will start, and the process will begin, I guess, on the path towards Kona from this point on. We've got 9 weeks training here, and then we'll head to Slovakia for the PTO Collins Cup. We'll have another week in Europe while we're there before heading to Maui to finish off the last 4-week training block before Kona. Going forward, it's been a really big kind of start to the year, and obviously really stoked with the racing performances that have happened so far, and I guess probably just most of all, I guess, the flow of the year. It's for us, it was obviously very different to have a World Champs at the start of the year, and probably the time of the year where I'm potentially have been at my fittest coming from the Southern Hemisphere, and have that opportunity to race with that kind of fitness. And yeah, I guess now it's about, I guess, the process for the next 3 months and trying to build on the result that we got at Utah. I actually took a bit of a break between Worlds and Ironman Cairns, and that was probably more of just a mental time out and a refresh from the sport, but I decided to roll the dice. I actually really enjoy racing in Cairns. I've raced there numerous times now, and have actually spent a lot of time up there in the past, so it was a good reason to start the migration to Australia with the family in tow, and yeah, I guess have a race to come to in Australia that would yeah, set us up for this next block or 3 months. Yeah, I mean, Ironman Cairns was, for me, it was actually a really good performance all round. It was a really fast day. We raced really hard at the front, and I think it was probably just another, I guess, confidence booster that we are still getting faster. And even though I had a really tough run, probably, you know, the fitness that I had in Utah hadn't carried through with the time off, and yeah, about 30k it caught me up, and I went into a bit of a dark place, but yeah, managed to hang on, and all in all, I think what it consolidated for me was that my swim and bike again are still, you know, world class and really strong, and those are probably the two things that in this sport have challenged me the most, and that I've had to work the hardest on, where my running is actually something I've never worked on, and it's never been a focus for me in my training blocks. It's always been towards the bike and the swim. So for me, running has come relatively naturally. It always has, whether it's been off-road multi-sport running or an Ironman. And I think probably the next step is that consistency of being able to run sub 240 every single race. And yeah, I think it is a bit of a process, and it's you know, it's questionable. It's hard to decide and what's going to be better for your racing and your strategy. And I think for me, it's pretty obvious. I go out hard and I race hard, and on really good days I can hang on, and that creates a sub 240, and then, you know, on other days I blow up, and that might be a 245 kind of thing, and that can quite often be the difference in between a win or a podium, which was obvious at Worlds and obvious at Cairns as well. So it is just being able to build on that second half of the run. I've had 2 years now sort of injury-free in my running, and I think that's allowed me to slowly build up my base, but I think I've got a long way to go. I'm not a high mileage runner at all. I think I probably average between 40 or 50k a week of running, And a lot of my competition are realistically spitting out 80 to 100k a week, double the run volume that I do. And while I don't believe I need that kind of run volume to be able to produce the run I want, I do think that there's some big gains to be made by investing some more volume into my running. Yeah, running has been something that I enjoy setting my own pace. I enjoy going out my way. I like pushing the envelope, and I'm not actually that scared of blowing up or hurting a lot. In a lot of ways, I look forward to getting to that kind of space in my run. But that's probably the challenge, is what does produce the fastest run overall, and is it the go out fast and slow down towards the end, or is it try and go out steady and be steady towards the end? But yeah, I guess in my racing, it probably has been a little bit of a strategic way that I like to race, and it's quite often out of sight, out of mind. It's like put the foot down and get away from the race and not worry about trying to have a battle at 30 or 40k, just hope that they've given up by that point in time. Obviously Christian didn't give up at the World Champs, and it would have been nice that at 28k he had given up and didn't chew that extra minute out of me. But yeah, I think it is at that point now where a consistent strong run is going to be what wins, and in particular a consistent strong run at Kona is going to be what wins. There's been fast run times like sub 240s in Kona before, but in my mind I don't think someone like Christian can run a 236 in Kona. I don't think that's realistic, so even for him. So yeah, I think a strong just sub 240 is going to do pretty well at Kona. I've grown up a lot and I'm a lot more mature these days, so I feel like I could conserve a little bit more in the run, but the reality is that I'm really competitive and probably normally see aggression as being the way to win a race. So we'll see. We'll see when we're coming off the bike, and Patrick and Jan and Christian and Albert Brownlee and all those guys are there, what my response is.